It's time. We doing Dark Souls 3. I'm just gonna do a quick look, see how the audio is coming in. Looks like it's pretty good. It shouldn't be too outrageously loud. I think I kind of nailed it earlier when I was playing around with the settings. Dex is like, first couple chats. Fuck intelligence builds in this game. I'm very upset. I warned you, man. They're tough. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see if I can maybe give you a strat that makes it a little more possible. But yeah, the dogs. There's so many enemies in this game that just intelligent builds don't do well with.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, we'll get through the blah 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 blah. All right. The usual name, because I'm not original. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. That was actually added in Dark Souls 2. That's actually, it was funny because in the early streams, me and Zan were of Dark Souls 1. The first couple days we were playing, we were like, wow, this is kind of stupid. You can literally cast whatever you want without any downsides. Like, yeah, no, you need endurance. You need a little bit of stamina to work with. You need, I don't know. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like, the intelligent builds, honestly, are like the hardest ones to make sense of, though, because let's see here. We're gonna actually. I've been looking at these two. It's either assassin or sorcerer, as far as starting build. The only downside is assassin starts at level 10, so it's a lot less for you to work with as far as like customization. Where this guy, we're gonna do a hard mode. We're gonna do sorcerer. We are. Oh yeah, no, everything. It's so night and day, dude. Like, it's hilarious though, because you'll get used to this game, and you'll try to go back to the other game, the first game, and you'll realize how limited you are in the first game as well. Though, like, not in the same ways as Dark Souls 3, but there's definitely some limitations you're dealing with. Let's see here. We'll go Sovereignless Soul, extra level in the beginning. Just keep it simple. We're gonna be an Astora noble, excuse me, because Astora is what's best, the best looking characters and all that jazz. And no, we want face. No, we don't want face. We want that and detail, and we don't need features. Shape is fine. I like the hair. We're gonna change the hair to be the one I found earlier. I like that one. I'm gonna be a dark. All right, maybe it'll be a light brown this time. A nice light brown. Brow's fine. Brow color's fine. No beard. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. We're not going to put too much time into this. Although I do want to do this. Just because you look insane. One wide eye. And one normal colored, brown eye. Keep it simple. Yeah, look how fucking crazy you look. Hopefully I can give some life back to intelligent builds for you, because I did a lot of thinking on this, because I knew you wanted to see intelligent build, and I was like, how are we going to make an intelligent build work? And I think I've got it figured out, but it's literally, you're going to have to do a glass cannon build. Like, you can't take many hits from fucking anything, and it's going to require you to do a specific skip in the beginning to kind of start yourself off right. So we're gonna do a tattoo, because I always liked the eagle, or the not the eagle, phoenix. Let's move that sucker down, and a little further down. Go to the right. We'll rotate a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Looks good. There. Looks good. All right. We're going to start like that. I think I skipped most of the intro already. Yeah, so this is just the... yeah. Character customization in this game has been the best it's ever been. So you can spend hours in there making like the perfect looking character, but I personally am like, you know, most of the time you've got armor on, most of the time you can't even see your character, so. Hey, welcome to the stream, Muffin Man. It's nice to see you join us for this adventure. See, now here's my question to you, Dex. Do you usually keep your catalyst in your right hand or your left? Because me, I'm the guy that always kept that kind of stuff in the left. But and I've honestly I made one sorcery build back in like fucking Dark Souls 2. See, okay, see that's funny because I feel like that makes sense to me, but at the same time, being able to shield and cast spells also makes sense to me. So yeah, figured I'd ask, see what your preference was. No, most of them are garbage. Honestly, it's better to not use a shield, but at the same time, I need a parry for this first part, so. Luckily, this shield has a parry. Oh god, I got a controller plugged in. I was playing Rocket League earlier. There we go. It's gonna rumble my desk otherwise. I'm gonna go over here, grab another quickie little soul. I think this is just a cheapy one. Yeah, it's a sorted corpse. It's like I think it's like 100 or 200 souls on that. Honestly, today, well, that's probably going to start tomorrow. Unfortunately, we were up so late last night finishing Dark Souls 1 that I honestly didn't really sleep much until like later in the day. So I pretty much slept through the window that I was supposed to do earlier, and we're going to be doing that, but I was just so tired there was no way I could be like any entertaining. So, today was a fluke. That's why I haven't posted a schedule. I want to make sure I can hold myself to this. And we're going to be a little more consistent about, like, ending the stream at, like, 2 to 2:30 a.m. Just so that I can be up. Yeah, the Grouse Crest Shield, definitely worth it in this game. Unfortunately, it kind of gets outclassed because in the later games you get rings that have additional versions. So, like, the Chloranthy ring actually has a +3 version in this game if you have the DLCs. And I prefer that myself. This might be nuts. That might have been bad. Oh, it didn't punish me too bad. Rolled right in front of it. Ooh, there's my window. Oh, I missed it. These guys are actually pretty awesome, their little storyline. Yeah, honestly, that's the challenge to this first game. It's like, can you take take down the Crystal Lizard. Yeah, fucked up. Fucked up my riposte there again. This ain't going well. We're gonna go ahead and restock. Just try this one more time, because I'm sure I can pull it off. I've got it. I just gotta get the timing. I got the staggers down, because the ripostes are so important with this build, because you literally, like, yeah, you gotta really take advantage of those moments. You can get heavy damage in on that thing. But yeah, we're gonna try to do this Crystal Lizard off the start, because it's honestly like how I'm gonna gauge how I'm gonna build this character is. Oh, I didn't rest at the bonfire, so I have nothing. But that's honestly like one of the ways that I'm gonna look at this character and kind of go, you know, where am I gonna put my first stats? Like, am I gonna immediately start jumping pure into intelligence, or am I gonna start maybe doing a little bit of weapon skills, maybe a little bit of dex? Honestly, one of the ideas I had for this character, and it's a kind of a nut idea, but I kind of want to do this playthrough with a whip, which I think is probably not going to end well, but I feel like I gotta try it. I hate the mail breaker, it's so short. Short weapons. Yeah, that's true. And it's kind of a cool little story behind these guys. These are actually, if you're able to kill him up, we'll pull up his scale that he drops. And we'll read it, because it kind of gives you a little insight on these guys. And what they actually are. Because you think they're just, like, a first time in, you kind of think, oh, this is just some crazy ass, oh, this is just not going well. But yeah, your first time in, you think this is just some crazy-ass new creature that's been introduced to the game, and what do we make of this? But it's actually not all that, like, a new, quote-unquote, creature. It's actually a creature we've seen before. It's just a very rare version. Nope, don't do it. Oh my god. Okay, I need to count those, because pretty sure it's consistent. That could have been punishing. One more. Alright, I was wrong. Maybe two more. Come on, give me a stagger, buddy. Ah. I could drop you one of my whips if you want, then. That way you know what stats or go where, unless you would rather keep it strict and not accept any... Yeah, honestly, I'm probably going to keep it pretty strict. And with how this is actually going, I'm probably going to put a few points. I mean, I know this is... I mean, I know sorcerers tend to be glass cannon builds, so it's not going to put too much, but with how little health we have, I think I'm going to put a little bit into health as one of my first priorities. Maybe get vitality to, or vigor up to 10. Ah, yes, that's what I want. I appreciate the offer. Alright. We want to keep it kind of like feasible for what you can expect to get out of the game if you were to try this. Or it could just be a really big reason why you don't do this kind of build. There we go. Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. That's like a going thing for me, I guess. Oh, that sucked. Especially because we don't have Estus to spare. Oop, out of FP. Come on, give me one more stagger. Nope, it's not going to give it to me. Do you want this? I'm out of goodies, so this just became hard mode for sure. Even my shield won't block enough damage to actually take a hit. I had a feeling that was a little too aggressive. I'm literally going all intelligence, but I got 16 dex and 10 strength for Sellsword Twin Blades. Yeah, honestly, the Sellsword Twin Blades were one of the items, and we may just come back for this guy. I honestly didn't think he was going to give me this big of a problem. We'll try it one more time, but this is kind of an eye-opening experience for me right now, because I honestly thought this would have been like 2 seconds done. But yeah, these spells aren't hitting very hard, so I can see, like, after doing maybe like 2 or 3 points into Vigor, pretty much going to be hardlining intelligence points just because of how weak this is. And I think this character even starts with the young dragon ring. So this is as good as it's gonna get until yeah, that was cool. I just want my souls, dude. This is the last time we're trying this. If I don't pull it off, then I don't pull it off. And I'm getting cucked on that riposte every time. I gotta get that position better. So we're gonna come back and do this after I grab one more Estus, just because I don't want to run out of spells. As that would not be fun. The extra bleed. Yeah, I haven't put too much time into Dex anything other than like, and it's not really a Dex weapon, but the Farron Greatsword. You can it's technically a little bit more of a dex weapon than a strength weapon, but We're going to go ahead and take on Index Gundyr and get a little more health, and we'll come back and take the Lizard on. Stop running out of stamina. Yeah, little bastard. Alright, so Grave Warden, yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Bleed got nerfed in this game, sadly. It's still good, but it's not as good as it was. So I can bait him forward. They're gonna shoot me again. I don't know why I didn't do a guard break. There we go. Shoot. Nope. Ah. You are mine now. Just gonna grab the fire bombs, because they might come in handy, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll honestly have to play it a little by ear just to see how this first part's gonna treat us. Sadly, because of the way that you have to kind of run this character, I think it's going to take a lot longer to actually get through areas. So we may not make all the progress I was hoping for in the same amount of time that I was hoping for, but we'll see. Alright, so we got everything done here. We're going to go ahead and grab refill on Estus and beeline for the boss door. I'm actually going to take that off so I don't accidentally use something I don't mean to during the fight, and put firebombs on. Yeah, little cuck. Yeah, honestly, it's funny how the game is designed, because you're actually, I mean, shields aren't terrible per se. Like, honestly, a lot of time you'll see me running around with a shield that is like an oh shit button. That's kind of how I played my first playthrough. But a lot of time I'll end up two-handing my weapon, or well, that's just kind of what I do. I just end up two-handing my weapon to make things work. I'm not gonna fuck with him again. We're already a flask down, which I didn't want to be, but oh well. What you gonna do? Anyway, get this out of him. The curved sword, the coiled sword, excuse me. A little bit of introductory damage in. Yeah, no, that's not. That is the attack I wanted. You missed. Gundyr. You okay there, buddy? You missed again. What, boy? What, boy? Alright, now he's gonna transform. And he's weak to fire because he's Abyss. Ouch. Yeah, that didn't go as well as I hoped it would. Trying to recall, I think what I did there wrong is I didn't pull my Catalyst out. I should have been doing a little more ranged with the Catalyst. I honestly think, oddly enough, I think he takes more damage. I don't recall. We'll try it one more time with the fire bombs, but I don't think that's the right move. I'm thinking maybe the Catalyst is the right move. It's kind of weird because I'm used to using the fire bombs, but as a sorcerer, you kind of have other ranged means that probably work better than fire bombs. Yeah, that was a trade. Shouldn't have made that trade. Oh, we waited so long for that. Three spells. That's all it took. Wow. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Thought it was going to be a little more than that. Grabbing some alcohol for tonight. It's going to be rough. It's all good, dude. I don't know. I think this is going fairly smooth for... I don't know. Maybe I'm being nice on myself. But for being a character I've never tried before, I feel like this is going smoother than I expected. Alrighty, so broken straight sword, done. Okay. Oh, yeah. A little too low. Still a little too... Okay, camera with the mouse instead. Ooh, Cleric's Sacred Chime. Just in case we hate this and we want to go a different route, we now have, like, the best early game chime in game. Although, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to start using talismans over chimes in this game, just because of the fact that the weapon art for the chime isn't that great. But oh, you survived. Nah, it's up there. On the tree is the little east-west shield. Yup. Let's fuck with our favorite master swordsman. No, no, no. There we go. Give us that good damage. He has no resistances. He's literally, like, naked. Yeah, you go ahead and just keep slow walking at me, brother. Counterattack for that one. That was great. We take those. Tries to dodge out of it. That's funny. Gets hit anyway. I'm gonna be honest, doing him as a sorcerer was a lot easier than anything else. That was kind of a joke. Homeward Bone. I think we got one more ember down here. Yeah. And the flippin' dogs, dude. These are the things, these are the guys that I think are going to give me the biggest issues with this player, or this character. Because once they're aggroed, they're probably going to be really hard to hit with any type of spell. Although, I don't know. I know they added a bunch of different spells in this game, like Farron spells and darts and weird shit. So maybe that's the answer to those guys, but I don't know how early we're going to get any of those. I love this guy. And he's pretty much going to say the same thing again. Now, I don't know about you, Dex, but when I came down here and turned around, I made a beeline for him. 'Cause I could not believe they brought him back. I had to know for certain, but we get our man Andre. Such is my purpose. Anyway, so aside from that, there's pretty much nothing to do here. We might, now that I think about it, we could talk to her. Actually, one of the things I've figured I'll throw out there is it's better to sell your consumable souls to her because you're going to get the same. Oh, how funny. So you were surprised when he was in the remaster. That's funny. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and sell that off. Sell that off. Sell that off. Sell all these off. And we will purchase... I wanted to try Farron Dart. So I know she has that. Otherwise, it's, yeah, it's just Soul Arrow. And the thing that I didn't think to check is actually this. I guess you can buy a Sorcerer's Staff from her. So, you could probably start as whatever you want and just make those two spells work. But, yeah. Good to know either way, I guess. Alright, we got our Blind Firekeeper. Alright, we're just going to skip dialogue, honestly. I'm sure if you're playing the game, you're going to watch the dialogue on your own playthrough in your own time, so that way we can kind of... Heard good things about Farron Dart. Alright. We'll check it out. We're going to level up. See what... I don't remember what the Vigor started at. So Vigor started at 9. It's not that bad. We'll push it a little bit. Got 403, 427, 450. Let's go 12. 12 sounds like a good number. And attunement. Let's try and get a third slot. There it is. Some endurance isn't a bad idea. Yeah, I don't want to do that much though. I want to be able to put at least 2 points into intelligence. So that's how we're going to start this one up. Got all our souls spent. We're gonna come up here, and this is the one thing that I definitely recommend for this character. Like other characters, I can see skipping it. It's not super important to do it right out the line. I mean, it does just help you though in reality, so it's like you might as well do it. But mastering the tree jump, get on the roof. I'm actually kind of surprised I just did it first try, so that's kind of cool. Go in here. I just cucked myself. I gotta get used to the mouse sensitivity in this game, because in the other game it's so awful. It's like so super low. And in this game it's super sensitive. And I never... yeah, oh well. That sucks, because I literally first tried that stupid jump. I honestly didn't expect me to do that. Usually it takes me at least 3 attempts. 3 attempts, maybe 4. Now that I've said it, it's gonna take me like 7. Alrighty. We'll grab this too, since we're up here. Yeah, missed that one. Didn't even get up the tree the right way there. That was awesome. There we go. Gonna keep it slow and steady on the turns. Grab our first Estus shard. Come down here, grab our Silver Covetous Serpent Ring. Probably throw that on immediately. Just because we have no rings, might as well put everything we get on. And I'm going to change this because this is going to bother me. There. We'll remove that. There. Awesome. And I do have to remember to go back to the Crystal Wizard at some point, but we're going to go ahead and go through here a little bit because I don't want to sit there and only show that one part for like the first like hour of footage. So. Let's see here. We're going to tune spell. And I want this one up front. Okay, remove and place there. And we'll do medium and then what I'm guessing is small. Large, medium, and small. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to use our flask shard on our flask and put it toward the ashen side. One, that one. I'll do this. We'll see if it works. It might not. We'll find out. Yep, that's everything we want. Let's go to Highwall Lothric. My favorite part about this game is unless you choose to hollow, you don't hollow. You don't become beef jerky. So, if you wanted to put hours into the character creation for like a really good looking character, it's not just ruined as soon as you play. Yeah, it's ugh. Alrighty, so here we are, Highwall Lothric. Got the bonfire lit, rusted at the bonfire. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this side first. Just grab a couple items. I love this weapon so much. 4 hits to kill something, it's so great. So I take it Zan always does the Londor storyline. We might do the Londor storyline this playthrough just for the extra levels and to show it off, but I don't think it's necessary the first playthrough. At least it hasn't been for my other characters. Get the dog's attention. These are honestly the enemies that I find are probably going to give this character the most problems. Everything else you can kind of just spam your spells at and be fine. This guy's a little tanky. But spell does enough to voice break him, so he kind of just stuns. That felt faster. Never actually tried spells in this game, so. This is Oh, that's cool. Those are real quick. Anyway, just looking around for a second, thinking. I see you. I shoot you. Which of you? You. No. We're not dealing with that right now. Nothing over there. I always go over and look, but I feel like every time I go there, there's nothing there. So I'm going to fight the urge this time, and we're not going to go over and look at the empty corner. I believe there's an item down here, and this is going to be a shortcut we unlock, so we will get that soonish. Soul of a decrepit force. Decrepit. Oh, I can't speak. Wow. I am feeling so good. Decrepit corpse. I don't know, one of the things that always threw me off is how many dragons are all over the place. Like, for them having gone extinct during the Great War between Gwyn and the Ancients, there sure are still a lot of them lying around. This soul spear might be a little heavy, but we're gonna roll with it because I think it's a good idea. That was awesome. He actually strafed that like a pro. Teehee. Oh, this is not going well. I should have done the other one. Oh, I'm out of Estus. Retreat. Real quick. Deserter armor. Alrighty. We take that. See, I feel like I have a lot of extra health Estus. Like, I don't feel like we're gonna have too many mistakes like that. So we may put another Estus into Ashen, just so we have extra spells, because I feel like we're running out already. Because I'm pretty sure this Ashen will barely fill the bar if I take it now. In fact, let's just look at that real quick, see what it does. Not even fills the bar. How funny. Yeah, so that's going to be a change we do pretty quick here. These are 4 light attacks. I do want to grab that. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to use that, actually. God, this is so weird. Such a different way to play the game. Like, normally I'm like making sure I grab those resins or those bundles. I can't remember which one it is over there, but there's a lightning buffs sitting on this little cliff or this ledge. It's a resins, which are really good for killing Vort quick and easy, but honestly, I don't know. This is gonna be weird. We're gonna kill him. We will... Whoa there, buddy. Okay, this is... Die! I feel like that's one of the things I'm going to be really silly about this beginning part. Free souls! Now we'll Get him to spit fire down here. Yep. Free souls. Really? This is not going well. Don't kill me. I made it. But even that, I still have a good amount of Estus. It's maybe too much health Estus. I don't know. Do we want to take on the Mimic? It's funny that they actually do. They throw you a Mimic this early in the game. Oh, yep. Can't step over the little ledge. Gotta actually walk up the stairs. Draw me something? No. Nothing. I don't believe he'll breathe fire over here. Oh god. Pretty sure I just pissed off the Lothric Knight. So we're gonna run up here, light the bonfire. Reset enemy position with the bonfire. Yeah, I could actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we could use some really cheesy tactics on this game. This playthrough to make sure it goes well, but I don't want to use too many cheesy tactics. Alright, that takes so long to go off. I don't know how I feel about that. We may do the soul arrow. Yeah. Although I don't know. I don't know. It's like one shot or gamble. Try to two-shot them. These guys like to throw knives. Yeah, sidestep that one though. Thank God. And we don't have the key yet, so... I actually already grabbed the binoculars, I'm fairly certain. But... I don't know. Do I really want to... Did I not grab the... I could have swore I was just up there, maybe I didn't grab them. That's funny. So I went up there, cleared that area, and then just didn't grab the binoculars up there. Probably because it's just... Yeah, not an item I usually use. Especially as a cleric. I mean, it used to make sense to grab the binoculars as a cleric, because your soul spears, or not soul spears, your lightning spears went so freaking far, but now they're like so nerfed. Lightning spears, like a up close and personal spell. That almost formed, or warped. Yeah, I didn't want to do that, but oh well. He's dead. He's very dead. Yeah, you're gonna run. So, let's flip you. Really? That's just a raw gem. That's not really that helpful. Those winged knights, man. Those are the easy versions. Off. My platform. Pretty sure he climbs the ladder. Yeah, he does. I don't know. I also don't want to cheese too much. Like, I say that, but I might use some really cheesy strats for this playthrough. At least for the first playthrough. We may take this character, depending on how well it goes, we may go into like a New Game Plus to see how hard it gets. Or New Game Plus Plus. See how fast we can do New Game Plus. Because I feel like New Game Plus in this game is a pushover. How's it going, Tetra? Nice to see you stop by.
Oh goddamn! What did I miss? We're now into Dark Souls 2.
This is actually Dark Souls 3, but we will be falling back to the Dark Souls 2, and hopefully the YouTube's catching up sooner than later. But we honestly kind of blazed through Dark Souls 1 just to no, we're gonna go back to Dark Souls 2. We haven't done Dark Souls 2 yet. There's just a lot more lore connections to Dark Souls. Oh, hell yeah, man. Thank you so much. I just killed myself.
I'm like looking at the alerts, like, what's going on? And
yep, walk off a cliff. But yeah, man, thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate it.
tried to make a dote, but it didn't work out.
For the donation? Oh, I see what you're saying because of the comment that you missed all of Dark Souls 2. Yeah, no worries, man. We're gonna be hitting that up. But I appreciate the attempt at it. Oh god, I hate the thieves. I hate the thieves. Why did I jump down here? I hate the thieves. Please kill it. Ha. Ha. It's going well, man. We are going to give ourselves a little bit of a hard time because we are doing a intelligence build on Dark Souls 3, which I feel like is probably one of the hardest things you can do to yourself. Like, this is the masochistic run we're going to do. And it's going to be pure intelligence. I'm not really going to put many points into any physical stats at all, other than, like, the bare minimum requirements. So, most of our damage is coming from sorceries, and oh, it's going to be tough. I knew it was going to be tough. But I don't want to, like, show off my tried and true cleric builds just yet, because they make the games too easy. Like, this, honestly, this is actually kind of making the game fairly easy, as long as you just you kind of pace yourself well.
Speed overcasts almost anything, like Bloodborne.
Yeah, again, I unfortunately didn't play Bloodborne, but I don't think I'm quite picking up what you're putting down there, my man. You mean like overcast? I'm not sure what you mean by overcast, I guess. You mean like misses? Like, I could see that. Like, even the slow enemies strafe your spells pretty easily. Attacking that. Okay, I see what you're saying. I get you now. I could agree with that. Yeah, the pace of the game, I really like how they did that to Dark Souls 3. Is the pace of the game is just so fast. It's probably my favorite bit behind this game. And these guys, I have a hard time getting spells to work on this guy, so we're just gonna go ahead and Of course. You love that freaking shield. Why would I not assume you're just going to shield bash me? Okay. Yeah, just because I get a little distance, he's going to start the shield bash. Not cool, man. Do something else. There we go. God. The spear guys, they're finicky. You don't... They want, like, you want them to hit you with their spear so you can parry them, but they, like, refuse to. They treat their shield as their main weapon. I'm saying that makes this favorite videos. Yeah, honestly, I'm in the same boat. Like, the speed of game being so much faster, giving you, like, just the mechanics of the game. You know, in this game, I, like, lock on, I can switch targets, and I can dodge in all the directions I wish to. I'm not getting killed by stupid things. I mean, I still die to gravity. We've already proven that.
That are so cool looking weapons on Dark Souls 3 are like worthless once you find super cool boss elemental weapons that are huge and radical. Me like doing the YMCA dance. 12 more steps, 4 steps, then do your taxes, cure cancer before you swing it once to attack.
I don't know. Honestly, I've most of my cleric builds, I use those big, ridiculous-sized weapons, and it works pretty good. But it's such a different playset or mindset. Like, it was funny because when I was originally playing this game, I did a playthrough with a guy who was using these Sellsword Twin Blades, and I was sitting here with like the Farron Greatsword, and even that was quicker than most of them. But like, that was like essentially the model weapon I used for a good portion of the game. And it's just a matter of, like, you gotta find out where your openings are and how to abuse openings with the weapon you're using. So, for example, like, when I was playing with him, he would see openings in these little windows of opportunity that would sometimes get him hit. And me, I'm looking at it like, you know, I wouldn't have even tried to attack in that moment because I know that my weapon swing's too slow to do that. But that said, it's never been, like, a super limiting factor. Attacking faster, trying to through the game, but rather than... Don't want to mute. No, I'm in the same boat. Like, in this game, I'm all about Fashion Souls. Like, as soon as we can, we're going to be putting points into the armor set that I always use. Because I love it. And I love the lore behind it. So, like, you can talk to actually Zan and that. Like, honestly, he laughs at me because I literally don't use armor for its stats in this game. Once I get past a certain point, I'm just like, and I'd say it's probably around the watchdog. Excuse me, the Watchers, the Abyss Watchers. I'm officially at a point where I'm like, and now we're just about looking cool, because that is what matters. Come on, you guys are hiding underneath me, and I don't like it. Well, let's try this. Just gonna roll down. Come up here. Oh, you little cockbite. I should have just shot you. Awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear how they go. God, it's been so long since I played Super Smash Bros, but you actually have some really fun ideas, to be straight up front with you. Like, I've actually been tempted to find people to do these battles with, or even just to have good players join together to do these crazy battles with, but I don't know. At the same time, I'm not sure why'd I do that? I know where I am. We're just going to aggro these guys quickly. Kill them quickly. There we go. Well, feels good. Right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Just for SNGs. Maybe stream it, but I don't know. That's one of the things I think about. It's like, you know, is it stream worthy? Or would it be something only I'd really find enjoyable? Also, can I find people to find or fill roles that I don't want to fill? Like, no offense, I would not want to play as Hawkeye Goff. Love the guy, love the character. Dark Souls 1, he's just such a badass. But I do not know how I would run that character. Please don't kill me. And yes, West Coast. Yeah, West Coast, West Coast, of course. Left 4 Dead. Glad and two people vomiting at my house. Hey man, as long as you're having a good time, that's what matters. And as long as you're not the one picking up the vomit. That's also a big one. For me, at least. Don't come over to my house and puke. Just because why not? I really wanted to do that to him for a minute. Let's see if we can get this to work. Nah, I put a shield up. It's gonna shield bash, aren't you? I'll give you a little space. Oh, you did this spear run. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah. At least those are some honorable party guests, I'd say. Awesome. Got us a dagger. That actually might be something I use. I don't recall if it's a dex weapon or not. I feel like it would have to be a dagger. It seems very dex, but at the same time, who knows? This game, I know. One of the weird things about Dark Souls 3 specifically is a lot of weapons are quality build weapons. Like, they really want you to do a quality build unless you reinforce it for a specific stat. And I don't really like that. I like having limitations depending on your build. Like, I'm kind of imposing them on myself with this build just because I'm like, you know, this is going to be a strict magic build. Sadly, it's going to make it so it takes like twice the time to get through this area. Or all areas, realistically. Because any of my other builds, we'd be done with work by now. But at the same time, this has been a nice little challenge. I've never actually tried doing a sorcery build in this game just because of how the speed of the game is. I was like, you know, no way that would work. But so far, it's actually not going as bad as I thought it would. Yeah. But like I said, it actually has been pretty fun. There's certain things this build is doing a lot better. Come on. You're a cock. I don't like you, Spear Boy. I honestly I'd much rather fight the knights with the sword and shield any day over fighting the spear guys. The spear guys are just annoying. Which I'm sure is something that's very controversial as well, because I've heard people hate the sword guys because they're so just full of stamina. They just attack non-stop, but I'm like, I don't know, man. They're predictable. Yeah, honestly, that's a big thing I've heard. Everyone kind of says there's so much that was brought into Dark Souls 3 from Bloodborne, which isn't that surprising at the same time. Alright, these Farron darts, not so great against bigger guys. Oh, what a cuck. How did he sneak an attack in on me there? That's funny. Dex is giving his stamp of disapproval to the Farron darts. I wonder if there's a better version of Farron dart we can use. Like, I can see where it's useful just because of how quick it casts. But at the same time, like, if it doesn't actually do damage, then it's not that useful. Yeah, oh man, I'm really upset. Actually, I gotta get that footage up. There is great Farron darts, okay. But Tetra, sorry, wife's talking to me for a sec. But, should have seen me last night. I straight up took Calamite on. Solo mano a mano, which kind of seems like throwing knives instead of darts. Huh. Well, we'll try it out. We'll have to see what it does. I'm not gonna fault it just yet. Oh, no. No. Dang it. These are quick. It's good for getting that last little hit in. Raw gem, cool. Alrighty, now we're making progress again. There we go. Let's go ahead and kill you. Yeah, no, there is. And, yeah, it was hilarious because we were talking like, oh yeah, it's going to be so tough to get the tail cut and the kill in the same run. And I got cucked the last maybe 100 health. He had like 100 health left and he got me, but it was hilarious to watch me damn near one-shot him first try. And, or at least first solo try. We did have Abyss come in and I wanted to see, because he literally essentially one-shot the Manus boss, Father of Abyss. And that was actually pretty funny to watch. So I was like, alright, let's see what he can do against Calamite, because, you know, like, if you're doing that to Manus, I can't imagine what you're going to do to Calamite, and, unfortunately, things didn't go so well. It's just hard to fight Calamite, I guess, with two people. I was just interested to see you using dark magic against Manus. I would not have thought that would have... Oh, god dang it. I would not have thought that would have worked. Get them tails. Alright, I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that. You should be getting a text to speak, unless it's specifically the way you said it. we'll have to check it out. But thank you again for the other donation, my man. I always appreciate it. Every little bit helps the stream and support. That really sucks though. I was literally like spitting distance. The default stream length, I think. Yeah, I think it uses well. Resistance Calmy has. It's weird. I don't care much for the text to speech. The tail fest is more important. Hey man. Honestly, I'd much rather have more alerts going off. Yeah, there was that too. Honestly, it's a hilarious video. The final stream, that's what it's going to be called, I'm pretty sure, for Dark Souls 1. It's not actually going to be the final stream, it's like the 7th or 8th stream for Dark Souls 1. I'm going to pay attention for a second and not get killed. But, it's really funny to watch, because I sit here and I'm having, like, such a good time. I get up to go in and it's like, I try to parry his first attack like 4 times. Anyway, you'll just have to watch it, man. It's hilarious. Free time, if I'm not streaming, you ever got a free moment, it's definitely worth a watch. Even if you just cut to the fun part at the end, like the last, like, hour-ish, if that. Let's see what this does. Oh, it's a shield break. Alright, this time we're going to make it all the way through. I'm actually going to pay attention. And we're going to make progress. We're going to get to the Undead Settlement in the next 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, honestly, unfortunately, because of whatever YouTube is doing at the moment, it's taking me for freaking ever to get uploads, or maybe just be the size of the uploads. And I'm going to go through and timestamp them eventually as well, so that you don't have to sit here and, like, just watch content that you've already seen, or, you know. It'll kind of give you an idea of where certain parts of the video... Oh my god, really, dude? Again, I'm not fighting him. I am tired of the spear guy. He is just so annoying. But, yeah, no. It'll end up on YouTube in the next, like, 5-ish days. I'm still catching up, sadly, because I've had just so much other things to do for the stream itself. Like, all the panels that are needed below the stream are essentially what I put a lot of my work into this week. Oh, cuck. Oh yeah, honestly, I'm kind of annoyed at the remaster. I know they gave it dedicated servers, but it's like that they didn't actually work on the netcode, so it's still laggy as can be, and I'm not sure, like, as an invader, are you the host of the connection at that point as an invader? I mean, if that's the case, that's really kind of dumb. I mean, you already get kind of a leg up on the world host as it is. Why give them the connection, or the host connection at that point? Because it allows you to do some of the silliest of backstabs. No skill strats. Dude, Dark Souls 3's PvP is actually pretty on point. I've been so impressed with this game's PvP. I've had, I think, one guy who was obviously playing from China on a VPN that was lagging across my screen and had, like, just the advantage because of that. But, oh god. Oh god, no. Don't hurt me, I'm fragile. Oh god, he followed me all the way out here. No, that's why I was saying, dude, like, when we get to PvP, we're gonna have our rematch. The Abyss and the Fume Jester will have a rematch. I think I've seen a backstab once or twice while I've played Zan, but it's not on the same level. Like, you can't just fish for a backstab for 30 seconds and actually get one. Exactly. I've heard that. I think it was actually you I heard that from. I'm actually kind of excited to try it at some point. Because I know Zan is nearby me, so we could possibly... Dude, that's the second time I've done that here. I promise we will get forward. I promise we will make progress. That's what I'm saying, is we're going to give that a shot. We'll do a land setup at some point and see how fast the fighting is. Just because of that review of the Dark Souls connectivity mod that allows you to land, so we'll definitely be doing a little test run of that, seeing how quick it can be, because honestly I feel like there's still a little bit of a limitation. I don't feel like you could quite get on that level, but I'm sure if like it'll be night and day. I'm willing to bet it'll be night and day, just because you're not going to be communicating with a server if you're right next to each other. And, you know, Cat 5, Cat 6 wires, gigabit wires, so I can't imagine there's going to be much of any kind of latency issue. Evade. Evade. We don't want to deal with him. We don't want to deal with any of them at this point. I'm just going to go right through. We roll them. Right, I guess in a sense, that is one way to look at it. But, I just meant for the speed of pace that you can get out of that game is what I was more referring to. Something close to, like, Mortal Kombat kind of thing. Alright. Progress. That is what we're going to focus on for a second. We are killing Vort in the next, like I said, like 10 minutes. And if I can't get that to work, then I'm ashamed. Because I shouldn't be having this many issues in the early game. Screw you guys. I'm going up here. Fall down a hole. Oh, he actually did. That's funny. Bitch. Mind control. Some throwing knives, and this gives us our shortcut. Exactly, honestly. I mean, I really shouldn't be giving myself too harsh of limitations on this. This is gonna be a tough build. I knew it from the start. At this point, it's more of a challenge. Can I make sorcery feasible in Dark Souls 3? Yeah, we don't need to use the heavy arrows on them. They're gonna die. With just the little ones, or the medium ones. Nah, honestly, Ed, like I said, I bet it's doable. I just think it's going to take some serious work, and it's not going to be an easy start. It's going to be like starting a cleric, trying to base yourself as a cleric. Like, you just can't do that. There's too many limitations stopping you from being effective. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen to the sorcery build. Unit's going to be good. Let me... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just need to, like, poke ya. Ha ha ha. I actually kind of like the Farron Dart. I know you don't like it, Vex, but I kind of like it. Sorcery builds will work, or I will not play Dark Souls 3. Hey man, could always try Cleric. Clerics are freaking strong in this game, especially if you have the DLCs. Now we're gonna skip through the dialogue again because I assume everyone here has the game and has probably played through this, or is playing through this, so we won't do any spoilers. Unless you let me know if I pass you up, dude. I think you said you did Vort, and I think you said you did... I think you said you did the tree. Or maybe no. I know you said you did Vort, though. DLC. Oh yeah, no. Honestly, I think we're both talking about the one DLC. Honestly, Ashes of Ariandel. I like the story. I don't like the DLC. The final boss is kind of cool, having a 3-phase fight. That's all crazy. Oh, you'll see clerics in full force during one of these playthroughs. Like after the intelligence build's done, I may just pull out my ridiculous cleric. Maybe me and Zan will jump on and show us our ridiculous clerics. And you'll just see, like, it's hilarious. People, in PvP, if you go up against 2 clerics, you're not going to win. There's just... the odds are so stacked against you. Unless you're able to somehow one-shot us, you're not going to win. Oh, dude, Faith is actually, I think it's balanced in this game. I think it's another one where, kind of like I said for this build, I think it's gonna it takes you getting to like the halfway point before it really starts to shine. But once you get past that point, Faith is ridiculous. Like, you're spewing health, you're spewing lightning. Faith has actually never been stronger because now we have a full set of hexes for pretty much every buff you can imagine. So all the elemental buffs you have at your disposal. The pyromancy hand isn't hard to make work. Honestly, it's my favorite build. Unfortunately, like, yeah, you do have to start the game as kind of like a warrior-y type build to really make sense of it. But once you get past that, like, proverbial halfway point, you're unstoppable. All right, let's take on board. Let's do this. Yeet. We're gonna run past you. Because I don't want to waste any time on those freaking dogs. Don't you do it, dog. Those are gonna be the enemies that give me the problems in this game. If anything's gonna get... No, stop it. You're a bad dog. Bad dog. Alright. we're gonna do one thing. Now that I think about it. We're gonna make a trip back to Firelink. Yeah, right. Get the dog out of the way. Now we can venture. The dogs are all over this game, sadly. You don't escape them. Okay, let's see what we can do for level ups. I think I got 2 on me. Yeah. So let's go... Just go straight to intelligence. I feel like that's a good call. Let's run over here, talk to our man Andre. My dude. What we got going on? We got a reinforce. A lot Estes, 4 and 2. Now we're gonna go 3 and 3. Sadly, early work tomorrow, so I'm taking off. Don't explode. Hey man, I appreciate you coming by either way, even if it was only for, you know, a few minutes. Or actually, I feel like it was an hour at this point. But I always appreciate you coming by and supporting the stream, my dude. It's awesome having you here. Nighty night. Alrighty, so I will Lothric. Sadly, I already broke my rule. I was going to start stopping and picking up recording after every boss. I already passed Index Gundyr, but oh well, we'll call this one part 1. You know, like why not? It's a short-ish spot. I might edit it. I don't know. Just a mental note for later, I guess, for myself. Try to be more punctual with my breaks in the video. Don't hurt me. Ah, you can follow, because you'll fall. It'll hurt. You'll die. Hopefully. But I don't know. Alright, let's take on. Let's get some hype in the chat. If I take him down... Oh, God. Alright, never mind. You know what? I had to open my mouth. I'm like, if I take him down the first try, let's get some hype in the chat. And I get hit. It's like, alright, well, this isn't gonna work. Every time I open my mouth, things go terribly wrong. Like, Gwendolyn. The fucking guy's a pushover. What an easy boss. Died 7 times. Alright. I get it. Can't hype up Dark Souls. Dark Souls makes you humble. Oh god, you actually... Forever a quote. Alright, we've seen the Vork cutscene. Let's go, big boy. I'm just gonna sit here and shoot you with soul spears. Not soul spears, soul arrows. Wow, I feel like I was flat rolling there for a second. That was weird. Yeah, now he's gonna do slow walk. Oh god, no he's not. Yeah, he's pissed off now. Well, that went a little further than I thought it did. Yeah, I do. I do wish it was Soul Spear. And I really wish I didn't just totally goof that up, because that was actually pretty embarrassing. Because I felt like that was going to go so much smoother than it did. Oh, I know what I did wrong. You gotta treat a boss like a boss. What am I doing? What am I doing? Making mistakes. Like that. Ouch. Cut it out. Oh, God. This is not good. This was not good. Alright. This time is for real. Yeah, okay. But no, seriously, this time is for real. This time, we're gonna get through it. No problems. Okay, you little... Die. Die. Die, 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 die. Did that really reach all the way over here? I don't remember that having that long reach. This is a no Ember run, sir. My dude. My dude, I need my Embers. We're not putting points, any more points into Vigor for a while. You can't take away my Embers. It's so weird trying to fight bosses like at range and shit. It's just not what I expected. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just kill this guy. Because this guy always stabs me on my way down. And I'm sick of it. I don't want that no more. I should know this isn't going to reach that far. This is where he goes nuts. We are literally going to clear the fucking room. All right. I don't see any more stops in the foreseeable future. Famous last words. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the next bonfire. We'll go Actually, we don't have to go back yet. But give me uno momento. I'm gonna go grab the refill on Zedoxel. BRB. I remembered it. Chat should come up on that one still. Let me double check that. Not that it really matters, but continuity, we will make it work. There it is. There we go. Until you die to thralls, of course. Yeah, it might happen, honestly. Alright. Coffee good. Back to live. And grab that. Raise banner. Let's do this. I love that they brought the demons back. Although knowing you, Dex, you probably saw the demons in this game when you watched the playthrough and were surprised to see them in the first game. Am I right on that? It's funny that you mentioned that, Zozan, because that was the other enemy. Like, it's gonna be the dogs, it's gonna be the thralls. Those are the two enemies. I had a feeling, Dex. But, those are the two enemies that I honestly see myself having issues with. Like, if I'm gonna have issues with any enemies in this game, they're gonna be dogs, they're gonna be thralls. Just because I feel like the thralls can probably, like, crawl around faster than the spells can shoot. Like, the Farron darts might work on them, but I don't think they're going to do enough damage to them. Anyway. We're moving on. I'm going to grab our buddy. No. Bad dogs. One dog dead. Ha! 2 dogs dead. Now this is hilarious. I don't know if it's gonna do it again. I feel like you bugged for me the other day when I picked him up. Yo. 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 Okay. Yo. Hi. It's kind of interesting to see that he doesn't track you. He's like blind. And I don't think he is a hollow. So technically hollows don't have eyes. He's like talking to no one there. It's a little weird. Ah, took advantage of the dog while it was fighting something else. Wow, I love the short range of this weapon. It is absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's doing alright, I guess. Alright. Get our catalyst back out. And it's not the spell I thought it was. Alright, let's do one more. Should kill him. Really? Feels good. Now we will cut you down. Get my small leather shield. Actually, I wonder if that's better than what I've been using. Can I use the small leather shield? No, less physical resistance. Less stability. Just no. All counts are no. Let's see what these guys. Soul arrow. Ah, close. No scar. Gonna have to heavy soul arrow those guys. Oh my god, my flask does nothing. It's actually painful. Bad boy. Cut down Loretta. I wonder if we can just waste FP on this guy? Yeah, we can. Shoot him. Shoot you. Ah, I knew it. Okay, that's not working. That's gonna be rather annoying. I had a feeling those thralls were gonna outrun my spells. So we gotta be really careful around the thralls. Because they're kind of spastic. And we're out. Let's go refill. Uh-oh. She pissed. Got us a firebomb. I could... No, I don't have any more. Or not hotkeyed, and I don't feel like hotkeying them right now, so screw it. I mean, it's a little slower, but it's a lot safer, honestly, just taking these guys at range. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I am excited. Once we get to the Crucifixion Woods, we should get a... Oh god. Yeah, he didn't aggro me too hard, so got away with that. But once we get to the Crucifixion Woods, I believe we get our first, like, weapon spell. So that should be fun. Yeah, I see you down there. Just kidding. It was a joke. Take a joke, bro. Now, let me think about this. We are gonna go ahead and take out the Thrall, at least one of them easily. I think I hear something coming up behind me. I did hear something coming up behind me. Switch. We got one more Thrall. That's trying to ambush as we go underneath this spot. So that'll take care of him. We do want to grab the double doors right now. That way we can kind of make this as linear as possible. And I don't know, I kind of want to grab the mound makers real quick, but I don't like that spot. Grab some stuff, got a 4-prong plow. Unfortunately, rubbish is actually useless in this game, so some we have to deal with. Just throw your sword down. Flamberge waving crazy person. Actually, one Ashen Estus left. We have to use it now. No extra health. We're gonna grab that bonfire now. I had another idea for the... Yeah, I heard you. We don't deal with you. We'll try to save our spells for this guy. Oh, fire. And it counter hit me. So that was even more painful than it should have been. So we got LaRose bound. Trying to think. Finished that. We have the Estus Flask shard. So yeah, we'll make a trip back real quick to Firelink. Get a few pieces of important stuff done. We also have Londor Man. Just a little bit of information on that. It's some people believe, and I'm actually one of those few people, but some people believe that Londor is actually a kind of an extension of New Londo, as it's a capital of, it's one of the only other capitals of the undead that existed. Yeah, we'll do a level up too. So, it's kind of cool, you know, that there's a little bit of a nod to that. I also kind of totally avoided it, but there's a nod to Oscar in the beginning of the game as well. That's where you get the Ashen Estus Flask. Kind of just walked right over it, didn't even think about it when we were there. Yes, we're gonna go hardcore intelligence. And come over here. We will talk to no one. Because I never did that. Oh, that's annoying. I've done it so many times, I just spaced that I didn't even do it this playthrough. We have to go back to the high wall. And, yeah, we'll do it. Free levels. This is the process that'll make you look like beef jerky. So, now we have a dark sigil in our key inventory. It gives us a free level. For every dark sigil we acquire, we can acquire up to 5 dark sigils, but now whenever we die, we do get hollowing points, and the amount of points you get for dying is equal to the amount of dark sigils you're currently carrying. So right now, if I die, I get 1 point of hollowing, and I believe it's around 15 points of hollowing that your character looks like beef jerky. Anyway, we're going to go grab Grey Rat. We're going to bring him to the Firelink Shrine. We're going to give him Loretta's Bone, and he's going to... We'll reload the area. We'll come back at another point. And we'll get our gesture off of the Grey Rat. Throwing knives? Yeah. Oh, we took that like a champ. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Kind of took that like a champ. To not be wearing any Lothric, not even to have focused on farming Lothric armor yet, is such a weird concept to me. Because it's like you're not going to use it as an intelligence build. I mean, I'm sure you would if you could, but early game, it's not worth putting the points into vitality to use heavy armors. So running around in a robe still is so weird to me. That's him dead. That's my souls back. Now, this guy throws fire bombs if I'm not mistaken. That's right, it's right click for my catalyst. Ah, the mail breaker, because we totally needed one of those. Yes, and then we will accept his request, grant his request. The Tear Stone Ring enters our inventory, and we are off. Could probably just bone at this point back to the shrine. Which is something I actually really like, the idea of being able to bone back to the shrine. I don't recall if we could do it in the first game. I think it's the last bonfire rested at, same with the second game, but the third game they give you the option to go back to Firelink, so that actually comes in handy quite a bit. Can't use you. We went down to the bottom. And we'll talk to you. Be able to read his bone. Actually, I remember there being a bug with him. You have to actually finish his dialogue. Otherwise, he won't progress his little storyline, and you'll be kind of an unfortunate spot at a later point in the game. But right now, we're going to go ahead and kill ourselves. And we'll get another free level from Yol. So just to show it off now, there's officially a hollowing stat that we are now at 2. Because we've died twice with the single Dark Sigil in our inventory. So we can now draw more strength. And pretty sure we want a point in Dex. So we're going to do that now. So I'm fairly certain the next spot we're going through is going to have our whip that I want to try. We're not going to upgrade or anything, but we're gonna honestly give it a shot. See if we can make it a feasible weapon. And they've never been feasible weapons before, but who knows, maybe this is... Oh my god. Gotta draw out your true strength, brother. What do you mean, brother? Anyway, cliff underside. It's probably gonna be the easiest way to do this. We'll grab the shortcut and also the whip. And we could also grab all the goodies up here, so we can grab Partisan, I think is hanging right here. Should probably Farron Dart that, now that I think about it, because they're cheaper. Oh god. Why is it so hard to aim the little darts? They're darts. Oh, actually that one hit, didn't it? No. No, they're not. Okay. Further back, maybe? God, it's gonna be hard to aim those ones. Those ones are kinda hard. Gotta admit. Walks up, shoots heavy soul arrow in the face. And we'll grab Cornix. He is our Pyromancy man. Our first Pyromancy man. Because he actually can't learn and help you learn all the Pyromancies. He has, again, a female Pyromancer you have to talk to actually learn all the Pyromancies. Crunk Angry. Come down here. Ja. Grab the Fire Clutch ring. The Partisan. Which I think is actually, now that I think about it, isn't the Partisan a dex weapon because it's a spear? Can't use it. Need 14 strength, so maybe not actually. Higher strength requirement makes me think it's not actually a dex weapon. And we're gonna deal with a dog in this little spot, so we're gonna pull our shield out. Die, dog. You are not cute. You are not cuddly. Not cute, not cuddly, gets no respect. Just spam light attacks. Kill the rats. Get the Kestis, yep. And one-shot a little rat. Piss off the big rat. Get our blood bite ring, and we have one more little rat in there. Little bastard. We'll get that later. Gotta make another run back here for the cleric at some point. We probably will just get it done now, because... Oops. Oops. There we go. So... Now we'll grab this bonfire. We will rest at this bonfire. I'm thinking we're going to say screw it for the mound makers. I don't think I'm going to want anything from them early game, so we're just going to not worry about going down to that specific area. Because this is not going to be a walkthrough. I mean, it kind of will be, but it won't be like in-depth walkthrough. I'll do another playthrough with that. Hey, don't you book me. At this point, I probably could have killed it with a heavier spell. But I'm cheap. I wanted to see how many Farron darts it would have taken. It's kind of, yeah, unfortunately, it's such a light spell that it's not that great. Expected a lot better out of it. It's one of the newer spells. I guess they can't all be winners. Alright, now up here we got another Thrall. We're going to try to one-shot it off the ceiling. Just kidding. We're going to deal with Machete Man first. Now we're going to one-shot the Thrall off the ceiling, because frickin' Thralls, man. There we go. And this is our weapon. Hurrah! First weapon of the game. Let's go ahead and see if we can use it right off the line. Nope. We need one more point in the dex. Alright. That's unfortunate. I was actually excited to pick that up and just start running with it, but we gotta give one more level up in to do that. Titanite shard. This guy actually has a unique weapon called the Harpy. He's like one of the only characters in the entire game you can get the weapon off of. So if you're a collector, like I tend to be prepared to farm that guy, because it's either him or I think there's one other guy, and he's also in this area. Might be actually two others, but essentially there's like literally 3 guys in the entire game that you can get that weapon off of, and he is one of them. Now we gotta deal with the Thralls, because they're back to being alive. That's right, your buddy died because you didn't support him. And now you're both dead. Ha ha ha. We pick on little people in video games. Probably shouldn't say that now that I think about it, but oh well. What's said is said. Won't say it again. Oh, I guess that wasn't the one with the... Okay. I'm really loving this small weapon. I kinda can't believe I'm still using it, to be honest. I think it's just because I'm stubborn. Don't want to waste materials or time into trying to get another weapon to work yet. We find the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant, and we move on. Again, another one of my favorite pieces that they kind of added to the first game in the remaster is the ability to switch your Covenant kind of on the fly. But in this game, it's so much better because you still literally, like, inventory slot. Just throw a Covenant in. We'll go the way of the blue on just in case. Why not? Why not respect the Dark Moon Knights and the Blue Sentinels? It's a tough one to farm. I remember farming it for Darkmoon Blade. It was not fun. Can we target you from here? No. No, come back. Come back, you little frickin' turd. No, no. Don't do it. You're getting in the way, man. My lizard. That was close. We're just gonna go ahead and take him down with range. That was my melee character coming through and almost killing me. Because part of me is like, you know, the best way to handle these guys is run in, do a roll attack, do a quick attack, roll out, and then I remembered I'm using a dex build, and I can't seem to jump across a simple gap. It is almost 1 a.m. I'm going to blame it on tired. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Gotta love how you can cancel the roll on jumps now. You're not stuck to do the front flip. You just jump and drop. You can literally stop right in your spot. I love it. Alrighty, so now, God, there's a lot of backtracking. I'm literally dead. This alcohol probably isn't helping. Hey, man. No comment. I don't know. Do what you do, my brother. I feel like Zan's probably pretty dead by this point as well. He's been pretty quiet. We're all dead. We all had a long night last night. This is the late night crew. Do I wanna? I do. I wanna fuck with this guy. Free souls. I've got a dog. I've got another dog. Don't do it, dog. These are fighting words. Come on, little weapon. Reach. Be pissed. Yep. That kill me? Nope. Somehow it didn't. Okay. Double chug. So there's not much ahead of us at this point. Yeah, the other one must have fallen. I'm okay with that. Yep, there he is. I'm okay with that. These guys are a little tough. Get some alluring skulls. Hell yeah. Can use those on a boss fight. I'll use Soul Arrow right here, unless I get unlucky and actually manage to hit it. Actually, I don't know. That's a pretty far target. I don't know if I'm going to pull this off, but we'll try. There's nothing else ahead of us. Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to need to go, wait. I don't know if this is even going to reach. Yeah, I think we're literally stopping just short of it. That was perfectly lined up, though. I don't think this is going to happen. Oh well. We'll get something to knock it down with later. Ah, my favorite Katarina night. We're just gonna skip through his dialogue, because, yeah. Gosh. Anyway, we're gonna go up to the top and befriend us a giant. Because he's a big friendly giant. There we go. Just move that for a second. Gosh. Literally shoots metal rods, spears. But now he won't hit us. It's like hurrah for friendly fire being turned off. Oh. Sigurd found his way up. Sigvard of Katarina, which we're not going to mess with that part just yet, because that's going to be tough. And we'll get to Aegon of Kerim, who honestly, after talking to him and realizing like what he says, he's actually kind of like a reprint of Lautrec in the first game, except for this time he doesn't actually necessarily kill a firekeeper. Yeah, it just dawned on me, I probably didn't need to use the heavy spell on them, but we're at the end of this. Anyway. We now get to continue to make progress toward the third boss, which is actually, I mean, it's, in a sense, it's an optional boss. But it's only optional if you don't want to make boss soul weapons. So, you know, take that for what you will. that, so... Dead. Getting ourselves a pretty good number of souls stacked up on us. This is going to be cool. We get back to Firelink. Cover me. Bruh. You failed me. Giant archer. Why can't you be more like Goff and hit every time? Gosh. We know you're a friend of Goff's. We know what you drop. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I forgot. These guys pretty much solely drop rubbish, so I don't know, I always get excited for it, but then realize what exactly I'm picking up, and then I'm very disappointed by it. Hurrah! And we got our first undead bone shard in this spot. Very nice. Get the reinforced club. Oh, of course. And we grab the cleric set. Not that I don't believe it's worth very much, but we'll also grab the Mortician's Ashes and the Great Scythe, which is up there, which is another weapon that I've been considering. Oh, hello, Plowman. Heh. Get cooked. Now this is a fight that I'm actually not even sure how well it's going to go. This could actually be really tough for a sorcerer. I don't think you can target specific points on him. You have to target him, which means... yeah, I have no clue how this is going to go. We may warp back to Firelink and spend our souls just in case, because I've got a bad feeling about this fight. Actually probably being one of the harder fights for a spell character, a sorcerer character. Just because you don't have any way of taking advantage of his gimmick easily. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and head back to Firelink one last time. We'll now be able to come back using the cliff underside, so we get the shortcut to the boss door, and take on the giant tree for a chance at our transposing kiln. Speak thine heart's desires. You don't want to know. So 14. What did we need? We're going to check. We're going to look at the weapons that we just got. We're going to look at the Great Scythe. Requires 14 and 14. Okay. That's a little ways off. We're going to look at the Whip, which requires 6 and 14. So if we get the 14 dex, it's a good stopping point for that. Possibly get 14 strength and stop it there as well. Yeah. I'm liking that. Level up. 14 dex. It's literally 7 points that we'd have to put to strength, so that's kind of a tall order. Yeah, we don't need to talk to you yet. And we see Grey Rat's sad. We get an emote from him, or you knew. Talk to you. Ah, can't draw true strength yet. We need to kill ourselves one more time. So we'll do that real quick. Get another level up off of him. Put it toward intelligence. Or first buy a level. Because the soul cost still goes up. And we want to buy that key, so let's see what we got in the way of sellable stuff. We can sell that. We can sell these 3. Sell 6 of these. And we want to buy Grave Key. No new spells available through her. Just a couple of charcoals, some new embers, alright. So we don't need anything else from you. Come back to you. Level on up. So we can get 2 points into intelligence. We'll probably go ahead and do that. And I'm certain we have some Titanite shards at this point, so we're going to go ahead and level up our sorcery staff, or catalyst. Reinforce, no. Can we reinforce that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah, we can. 250 souls plus 300, we can do another. Now we need 6 shards to go further, so that's our stopping point. We do get A scaling and intelligence now, so that's cool. And we're gonna go kill ourselves one more time to get enough hollowing to do the next stage from our boy Londo Man. Yol of Londor. That's his name. We should be able to draw out our true strength. Yep. And what do we want to put it toward? Could be cool to get to 500 health, but stamina's pretty painful right now too. Yeah, we'll do stamina first. And before we do any more toward intelligence. We'll get intelligence to like 30 though, pretty quick. Alrighty, so I think we are as ready as we're going to be. The only thing we could do now different would be, one, try our whip out, because that might, I don't know, honestly, that whip, it's going to be crazy if I can actually pull this off. Because like, whips have always been so terrible in this game, but maybe this will be the time. This feels so goofy. We're trying it though. We're rolling it. Take down here. We will do this real quick. Just get it done. Just get a loincloth over here to the right if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And we got Skeletons. I forgot about skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons that we may just run right past because I don't know how. Actually, magic should do pretty good against him. That took a lot. Let's try this. Felt like I couldn't have aimed that much better than I did. It's all good. Oh, this is gonna be actually terrible. Nope. This guy's gonna ambush us from above. We get the blessed shield here. Off this corpse. Saint's Talisman, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess, nah, I was wrong on that. This looks a lot closer to the Ivory Talisman than the Dark Moon. But does look like a good talisman nonetheless. Touch. But she is blind. She is coming here in hopes to become a firekeeper, but has failed. And that's why Egon is rather disappointed. But we'll come out here and chit-chat with Egon for a second. And he's essentially saying he's alliance to you for as long as you're in the best interest of the firekeeper, and only that long. Oh, youch. That felt pretty cool, I gotta admit. So I'm actually happy I was out of a FP there, because that would have hurt. Plop. And the villager was proving his brains. Just could not figure out how to get across the bridge, so he decided to jump off. Anyway, so now we've got officially everything we want in this area. We can take on the boss. And be moving on forward. Can't do a level up, not even close. But we can, I'm pretty sure, upgrade our flask one more time. We can also send right here on his first expedition. Send him to pillage. This first run is a pretty safe one. It's the second one you gotta make sure you have another part of the game done, or else you screw up a square line and he dies, and you never see him again. And that sucks. Anyway, let's do I need to talk to you? I guess there was something I was going to talk to him about. No, I don't think there is. Nah. Just trying to think if there's anything we can do to make our lives a little easier. Sadly, I don't think there is. Oh. There is a reason I was talking to him. Reinforce the Estus flask. Okay, that's all the shards we had. So we're going to do 4 and 3. Sounds okay for now. We don't have any spells really to be flinging, so we'll do 4 and 3. And then we're going to burn a Undead Bone Shard, which will strengthen our flask. It's essentially the same as using a Firekeeper Soul in the first game, or a Sublime's Bone Dust in the second game. Cliff Underside. Alright, well, wish me luck. This is honestly, I'm not sure how I'm going to hit the weak spots. That's the only thing that's got me worried. I'm like, you know, this might be a lot harder as a sorcerer than any other character, just because you're not really wanting to do melee. And then we will do the final bit of Sigurd and push on down to kill the Outrider Knight. I wonder, does this thing have a backstab? Never actually thought to try that. Kinda want to know now. Well, we don't want 2 of your attention, we just want 1. I don't think it does. This is going to be a joke. Hey, that did one-shot him. Yeah. This is gonna be tough. But we're gonna do it. Even if we have to switch weapons. It's just hard. These things, you think it would hit faster, but it really doesn't. But first, before we get on, I'm gonna go ahead and use the restroom before we push too far forward. Could also use the rapier right now. Rapier swing. It's not a terrible idea. I don't really like rapiers. It's not the second game, but we may do it. Just for the ease of hitting parts. That we're looking to hit, so we'll give it a shot. Anyway, I will be right back. Thank you so much for sticking around if you do. Alrighty. Oh, let's see what happens. Give this another try using a different weapon and see if it goes any better. Honestly, I wish I had one of the soul sword spells, because I feel like that would do so much better here. I also wonder, I half wonder if Dex fell asleep just because of the night he's having, but I do wonder if Dex has run into any of those yet, because I don't believe there were any sword spells in the first game, to my knowledge. I think Great Sword, Soul Great Sword was actually added in the second game. I'm not even sure if it was even part of the vanilla game either. It might have been part of the DLC, but I'm not 100% on that, so don't take that for face value. Also, we're gonna make our lives a little easier. Oh my god, that didn't go well at all. So we're gonna actually kind of have to do something else on this fight, because the random enemies, the standard random enemies, are actually getting in the way enough to make this become a headache. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and equip some of the alluring skulls we picked up to my quick select items, and we're gonna throw one when we get close to him to get the aggro of all the little guys off of us. Honestly, yeah, I did not think about this boss when I thought to do this challenge, because this boss is probably going to be the one that gives me, of all bosses, this is going to be the boss that gives me issues, because everything else I feel like I'll be able to handle, from Pontiff to the Lothric princes. Should be easy, but this one, because you have to hit his little weak spots, it's going to suck. Dude, really? It's not that way. It's this way I want to go. The good news is, by the time I get back to Yol, we will have enough hollowing to do the rest of our dark sigils, so hooray for free levels. Get to see Yuria as well. Thank you, tree. It's actually very helpful. Had to open my mouth, because the one dude that survived the tree cucked me. hoping to get to the Crucifixion Woods tonight, but I don't know how well that's going to go. This may not actually happen. If this thing keeps giving me as much trouble as it has. I also, I thought it was going to be cool to get the Farron curved greatsword as well. I don't think that's going to be a thing on this account. Because it's all PvP based. Otherwise I have to sit there and farm the little Grues in the area. Probably for a little while. You know what, we're going to try something different. We're going to try just literally hitting the center spot. Ooh, this is going much smoother. We did it. Holy shit. That was actually pretty tough. Anyway, this guy down here just died. Is actually where you get the Mound Maker's Covenant if you come here the correct way, but I just don't think when we're going to use that, so didn't do it. We'll make a guide on that separate if we really need to. Or just do a walkthrough with a different character that I'm more accustomed to. That I could actually recommend, because I would not recommend this on anyone. At least not yet. Anyway, we got the transposing kiln, which is what an item we're actually going to give to Ludleth. And from that, he's actually going to be able to make us a handful of weapons and items that are transposed from boss souls, twisted souls. Give kiln to him. And we can look at what we can make so far. So we got Bort's Great Hammer, which is something we're probably going to do, because it's a... I don't know, actually, with this build. Huh. So C and D. They're the same scaling. That one actually has lower requirements. Covers HP with consecutive attacks, which would be good for a dex build, so we will do the Pontiff's Left Eye for this. And this is a poison base. This is good against hollows, so we're going to use that. Who knows, we may end up using it, we may not. Alrighty, so now we've got 10 grand in souls to work with. What do we want to put them into? So we get 2 levels total. Continuing to put the majority of levels into intelligence is a good idea. So what we'll do is we'll do 1 intelligence, 1 strength. And since we're coming up on the Sellsword Twin Blades at this point, we may buckle and go with those. As our primary weapon. It's been a fun experiment so far, though, I'll admit. It's given me more headaches than I expected so far. But then again, this has been interesting enough to warrant this the good times we're having on stream. We'll see what happens next. So we're at 1:30 a.m. Admittedly, we have about 30 more minutes left on the stream, so we should be able to do at least a little bit more. I'm thinking about how I want to run this. The Earthhill Straight Sword might not be a bad idea too. It depends on how it runs. And between those guys, oh god, the dog. Alright, so we may do the demon now and do Sigward's storyline. Just get that done with. We will also put on the left eye ring we just got, and yeah, that'll probably be fine for now. I could put the tear stone on, but it's like, you never get the effect if you're playing well. Skip through his dialogue. That's good enough. And now we go down and charge at the demon, which is kind of a fun little role reversal from the first game when you meet him in Lost Izalith. Izalith. There we go. God. Tongue twister myself. He is aggroing me only. This is weird. It's like he knows this is a glass cannon build. It's probably actually because I'm doing the majority of the damage to him. gives us a fire gem. He gives us a Sibra. We get the toast. He's going to take a nap. We can learn sleep. And that's the end of that interaction. Now we get our first pale tongue here. Off of this corpse. Well, if you can hit it down, I guess. Let's go ahead and do it this way. And this way. Guess we got to think a soul item over here. Oh no, it's the large club. So we grab the large club and the northern set. And we're also going to get Flynn's ring, which I believe was an addition made in the second game. Not the third game. We're playing the third game. The second game is where the Flynn's ring came into play. We're also going to come up here, and there are two dudes and two of the cage enemies, which I missed because of the rafter. We can take them down without much of a pain in the butt. We get 5 fading souls, cool. 2 more ring skulls. That's right, there's dogs in here. I hate dogs. Dog's taken care of. Then we got this guy. Go ahead and blow him up with sorcery. And then this is actually an ambush spot, so all these guys above us are about to come down. But as a sorcerer, you don't have to subject yourself to it. And can just easily take them all down anyway. We can open our box, get the human pine resin, which applies dark damage to your weapon, and pick on the I forgot what the name of these characters are. That sucked. So 3 biggies, 2 darts. It's them done and dusted. You should draw me something. The Evangelists, that's what they're called. Anyway, now we come on out here. We can grab ourselves Flynn's ring, and we can grab the Mira set. Or one of the Mira sets. I think there's actually 2 Mira sets in this game. One's like a male, one's more of like a clothing. Either way you go, they're very similar stats. It's very, very similar sets. Kind of silly to have both of them in game, but oh well. Grab our Chloranthy ring. First real good ring we got, in my opinion. The Mira set, awesome. And we're going to take a quick second and look at this. Just making a note of the time. We're at a 3-hour stream so far. Good to know. We'll be probably wrapping it up here pretty freaking quick, but nevertheless, we'll try to ride out the last little bit of the stream. I know everyone was up late last night. We were completing Dark Souls 1, so a good chunk of us stayed up to see it off to the end. Anyway, we're probably going to go back to Firelink Shrine now, and one last time, or maybe we go down. We'll push the next bonfire, and then we'll come back to Firelink Shrine. And from there, start making our way to the Crucifixion Woods. Yeah, actually, we'll just go straight back with Bone. We've got enough of them. We can take advantage of them. Alrighty, so can do another level up. Another point in strength. I don't know. Maybe first we'll do intelligence. We'll come back to strength again in a moment. Once we can decide on which route we want to take as far as a dex weapon, whether we're going to keep riding this rapier out or instead switch over to the Sellsword Twin Blades, because that's coming up here pretty quick. We're probably going to make that our goal for the final goal for the night. Just get to the Sellsword Twin Blades, pick them up, check them out, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow. And since we are going to be ending at 2 a.m. and we're going to be try to get punctual about that, we should be on again tomorrow for anyone who's watching and feels like they want to see more. We'll be back on again tomorrow at 4 p.m. I believe is the time I've set aside. If not, 5 p.m. and we will be going to either. Oh my god. Well, that couldn't have gone much worse than it did. But we made it. It's all because I went down the funky way. I don't know why I went down the way I did, but alas, we did. And we're paying the price for it a little bit. Let's go ahead and unequip the skulls. And again, hopefully when we see Vinheim, the Sorcerer of Vinheim, down here, we get some pretty cool soul weapons. Soul spell weapons. Oh my god, no, 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 no. At this point, we're going to take advantage of free iframes now. Ha. We emerge victorious. This crazy asshole. The Earthdale Straight Sword, that's the other one we wanted to look at, possibly consider for the playthrough. Just because frostbite damage is fairly good. I mean, there are a few enemies that it's completely useless against, such as the demons are immune to it, but... Oh, it's like the first enemy we've run into that took that hit like a champ. I don't think that might actually be a problem for us. Either that, or we take advantage of their weakness. I'm fairly certain they are weak to fire. So we may have to go ahead and take advantage of that. Alrighty. Now we got essentially what is Maneater Mildred. Freaking awesome. Where did you come from? God, that could not have gone worse. If we didn't get ambushed by this crazy dude, we'd probably been fine, but I didn't expect the Corvian to show up out of nowhere and mess us up something fierce. So, we'll be a little more thorough. I wonder if it was you. I could honestly see it if it was. I wonder if since they're taking two, I wonder if it'd be better to do this. Nah, doesn't look like it. That one seems like he's chilling, so we should be able to take on Maneater Mildred this time without any added hassle. See, now she's using the weapon art to the Butcher's Axe, or Butcher's Knife, which is essentially a buff that allows her to heal with every hit. And she voice broke us. Didn't expect Maneater Mildred to give us this much of an issue either. She kind of just charges at you though, so I guess it's kind of to be expected. We're gonna do it. We're gonna push to the Crucifixion Woods, but then we're calling it there. Hopefully this doesn't take too many more attempts. Hopefully this is the last attempt, I should say. We're being thorough. We're gonna be fairly careful about how we go through here and clean out the enemies, just so we can take on Maneater Mildred without any surprises. that was pretty lucky. I'm not gonna lie. And down here we also have the Sellsword Twin Blade, or no, Brigade Twin Blades. Twin Daggers, rather. And those might be fun to try out, but I can't imagine something with such short reach being quite effective. Which is why I'm leaning more toward the Sellsword Twin Blades. Come up here, grab the Titanite Shard. Unfortunately, he aggroed on me, so this might become a little bit of a joke down here. Hopefully I'm wrong on that. Oh god. Alright, we get our first Braille Tome. In Morn's Ring, which is a essentially the equivalent to the Young Dragon's Ring we have on, but instead of using it for sorceries, it works for miracles. And this guy's a red-eyed guy, so he's a little tougher. But nothing the heavy Soul Spear couldn't handle. Oh, that's not good. I've never seen them get hit. That's kind of funny. I totally baited them into taking a hit for me. That's definitely wasn't expected. Blah 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 blah. Of course, yes. Understandable. Skip through dialogues. And he gives us the blue sentinels. So we can now be a blue sentinel if we chose to. Probably gonna save or keep the way of the blue, or way of the blue on for now, just because we are gonna be entering Farron's Keep, which is a PvP area. Has the Watchdog Covenant. Shooting stone, cool. Alright. And we've made it to the Crucifixion Woods, or this is technically the halfway fortress, but beyond that archway is the Crucifixion Woods. So we'll go ahead, hopefully push over to some of the bonfires, snag some of the bonfires, and call it a night. Honestly, honestly, we'll figure it out. It's almost 2 a.m. We might go a little further, or we might just be punctual about it. Call it a night. Haven't entirely decided. Come back to the shrine first, though, and we'll talk to Cirrus of the Sunless Realm. She has a storyline that you can follow as well. We'll probably be doing it this playthrough. We'll try to get as many storylines as we can, to be honest, just because, why not? But, especially being a sorcerer, Like, we're gonna have everything available to us by the end of the game, so... Crap. I did want to know... Let's just do this real quick. Try and I'm gonna look up with the sellsword twin blades. Requirements are. So 10 strength, 16 dex is what we're looking at. Which means we need 2 more points here and 2 more points in dex. So we'll get the strength done, and then we'll get the dex done, and we should be pretty much good to go to run those weapons as far as we wish. At this point in time, we also have Grey Rat back, which also gives us other options. Oh, see, it didn't work. We already sent him out to pillage. But he didn't go, so... There we go. It seems like if you walk away from him before he's done talking, then he won't go. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be a thing. I'm gonna go 15 there. 16. Ample strength. Okay, so that was our last level we get for free. Or technically at the cost of hollowing. Which is funny, because in this game, it's almost like hollowing is a way to repay your deaths. Like, the whole system is essentially rewarding you for dying. And in the old games, you used to get punished for dying, for losing, you lose your souls, you had a chance of completely losing your souls, and that is a tough hit to take, especially in a game like Dark Souls 2, which works off of soul memory, which is, instead of it working off your soul level, it works off of the total number of cells that your character has been in contact with. So, there was a ring in the game called the Gape Ring, which literally consumed souls for you, so you didn't mess up your soul memory if you were playing with a friend or something. But I don't know. It's probably my least favorite connectivity model they've ever used. But what you gonna do? We play to have fun. We don't play to. If we could design a game, I'm sure we would try, and it probably wouldn't be nearly as good as this one. So. We can talk all we want. Doesn't mean anything will actually come of it. We are, now that we're here, gonna talk to you. Gonna get our pyromancy flame. He offers the pyromancer's garb, essentially the set for the pyromancers. That's all he's got there. So learn pyromancies. We have the option of fireball, fire surge, great combustion, and flash sweat. So some of these have higher faith requirements. Although we could get fireball and start using it. I don't know. We'll kind of play around with it. I know it's going to be good to keep fire on hand as well as magic, because certain enemies will be resistant to magic. And we'll want to be able to fall back on fire when that happens. Alright, so we're officially at 2 a.m. I am going to go ahead and grab the last couple bonfires. We won't be taking on any more bosses tonight, but we will grab the last couple bonfires and kind of get ourselves prepped and ready to decide where we're going next, because we kind of have a split in the path. We can either go take on the Crystal Sage, which will lead us to the essentially the Chapel of the Deep, or I can't remember the name of it, Cathedral of the Deep, that's the one. Or we can take on Farron's Fortress Baron's Keep. So we will figure that out next stream, of course, and I mean, there is the idea that going to the Cathedral of the Deep first somewhat makes sense, just because you get some items there that really makes the Farron's Keep a lot easier to handle. With that said, I don't think it's that necessary to do it first. I mean, I've always done my run-throughs, and when I have done my run-throughs, I've always done Farron's Keep first, but we'll figure it out as we go. This guy is a little worrisome. I know these guys are tough. Yeah, we might want to use this faster spell on those guys. Just because they're a little sporadic and we're not designed to take a hit. And they're pretty much designed literally to aggro the crap out of you to make sure you take a hit. So we don't mesh well. Yeah, it's like the more we, every area we hit, I can see one enemy that's going to give me a problem. And for this area, it's that guy. Everyone else we should be able to handle, especially if we get a couple more level ups in us. We'll be able to one-shot most of the enemies here. But these guys in particular are going to be a trick. I think I was cornered. I was. Just realized that's what you're doing to yourself when you come down that way. See, we may not want to go that way. We may kind of push into the swamp a little bit and loop back around. Sadly, it's not going to save us too much because one of the next enemies we're coming up across, to get to the weapon we're going for, we have to pass a very intimidating enemy. The Ultra Greatsword Black Knight. Another throwback and nod to the first game, but I don't know. Honestly, we may try to run past these guys, run past him. The only thing is, I know if I'm probably going to end up having to aggro one of these guys because this guy sits here and pretty much. That's not good. We just got them both. So. Our 800 souls are probably going to get dropped over here, and there's not much we can do about it. That wasn't even the weapon. That is. And we want the Farron Coal. Got it. Oh well. I expected to lose our life there just because of how hectic that spot can be. It's a tough one. Especially as a character that's not built to be melee based. It's very, very tough. Alright, so we got paired daggers. Those we can't use, but we can use these. Scaling isn't as good as the rapier, but looks like we do get the same amount out of the scaling for some reason. That's interesting. And it actually has a heavier hit. per attack, so it's a little bit of an upgrade. We're gonna give it a shot. The other idea I had was the Earthel Straight Sword. Let's see what this one is. 12 strength is required, and it's equal scaling, so I don't know how that one's gonna... Excuse me, how that one's gonna go. Could be a good one. Could be a dud. Thinking it's a straight sword, it makes me think it's going to be more of a strength, but it could be quality, honestly. I don't know, like how they did that. If it is quality, then it kind of sticks us to not being able to use it, but... See, I'm not sure, what is this weapon art I'm looking at? So, it looks like we can follow up with a heavy attack. Okay, that's... I dig it, alright. God, they sound so disgusting. Oh, hello there. Ooh, we may have just crashed. It's a sign. We did, we crashed. So, at that point, we are going to go ahead and just wrap it up. Quick shout out to Tetra. I really appreciate the tips tonight. Any support, of course. At the moment, any support I get, any tips I get, any money that's coming in from the stream and the YouTube channel is all going toward a webcam. So whatever I make in the stream / YouTube, well, mainly the stream. This YouTube's not going to be making money for a while, but whatever I make in the streams, I am going to match out of my own money so that we can get us a C920 Logitech webcam and add that to the stream, hopefully up the quality of life in the stream a little bit more. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. I had a great night. It's been fun chatting with everyone, and we will catch you again next time. Again, we'll be streaming again, and the stream schedule we're hoping to hold up to is the pretty much every day, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., and then we'll be taking a few hours of break, getting back on around 10:30, and pushing until 2:30, and yeah, that's the schedule we're going to be posting, and we're going to play around with it, see if I can hold myself to it for the first week. before we post it. If I can, then we're posting it. And that's when you can expect to find me on Twitch live. And if you're not catching me live, then you can catch me on YouTube. It's all linked in the lower panels. Either way, thank you so much for coming by. Have a great night.